So Cameron is my middle child. He is the firstborn out of my twins. So I have an oldest, but then he was the first out of my twins. So he is 6 years old, and what makes him amazing is he's just a kind kid. He's just has a great heart and is really inquisitive. He's really smart, and he wants to know everything about anything. Very active, very much into sports, and just really ready to embrace the world and learn all about it. So we started really seeing a change in him at about age 3 is really when we started seeing symptoms. And those symptoms really included just behaviors such as screaming, hitting, spitting sometimes, just really behaviors that obviously, we just didn't know where they were coming from. And so that was really at about age 3. We had really struggled in schools and daycares, and as a family, we were hurting. We were hurting a lot, and just to see him suffer, seeing him before we entered the program was something that just broke our heart. We didn't know. We had tried occupational therapy. We had tried a holistic medical practitioner here in town, and just we were seeing small improvements, but just it didn't feel like Cameron was really the kid he was supposed to be. So one day I was scrolling through Facebook and I came across the ADHD Thrive method for kids. And really, at the time, I didn't know what I didn't know. I was in a fog as a parent, really experiencing these symptoms with my kiddo. I just didn't know what to do. And so I started really understanding through her ADHD nutrition page that there were other options. And I kept seeing parents struggling, just like myself, with finding that supplement that was going to work, finding that one thing that was going to work. And really what I've come to realize now is there is no one supplement that works. There is no one pill. There is no one thing that works. The one thing that I do know that works is changing nutrition, and we've really seen it with our child. So what we decided to do was really dive into the ADHD Thrive Method for Kids program. We knew that this child that we were seeing was not the child that we knew he could be, but it was definitely something that we knew that was an investment in our health, and it was an investment in our child's health. And so that's really how we began to tackle it little by little. I know everybody wants to dive in because you're excited to change, and really the biggest piece of advice that I give to folks in the program or even considering it is just take it little by little, and those changes will happen. So I really knew the ADHD Thrive method for kids was working when I started getting notes and communication with teachers at school. And so that's really where we saw him struggle, was at school. And they noticed at about 4 months in that he was just a different kid. He was much calmer. He wasn't having some of the behaviors that we saw before. And so really when I started seeing the feedback from the teachers is really when I knew not only were we seeing results at home because we were with him all the time, but he wasn't being that aggressive kid that I know he didn't want to be. I know he didn't have control over how he was behaving. And so really when we started seeing him have those wonderful behaviors at school was when we really knew the program was working. So for all those moms and dads out there that have kiddos that are battling with ADHD, that it does get better, and it can get better. As someone who a year ago was really frustrated, wondering how we got in this position. And so know that it can get better if you get out of the program what you put into it, and really consider investing, because it really has been the greatest decision for my family in helping all of us, not only through food and nutrition, help our kiddos, but also be able to get on a healthier way.